Hello everyone, welcome to the top 5 hardest tracks in Asphalt 8. So this is our first top 5 of 2017, and I should have made this video a while ago, like 2 weeks ago, but I don't know, I just got busy with stuff. So anyway, we have 5 tracks today to go over that are really difficult, and some of them are not exactly hard to get through, but it's hard to make a good time there, and you know, there could be a lot of rage-inducing spots in these tracks. So with that, let's get into the list. Coming in at number 5, we have Highland View in the Rio environment. Now, this track is pretty easy to get around, except there's a few parts, especially the end, where you have to time your barrels right to get a good airspeed on the exits, and you have to go up on top of those like shingle roof things, whatever they're called. And also, there's a lot of random wreck spots, and the traffic is really annoying. And then there's this one barrel spot, which sometimes if you're too far to the left, your airspeed will just get destroyed. But it could be a very fun track to play on if you know what you're doing, and it's home to the Season 9 race of the Fenner, one of the prettiest cars in Asphalt. So there's that. But I struggled trying to win the 4C on this, and I won the Alfa Romeo 4C on this track, but it was difficult to get a good time. So with that, that's our number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4, we have Mount Teide on the Tenerife environment. This track is also not exactly difficult to get around, but it's hard to make a good time, mostly because the first turn, a lot of the times the AI tend to get in your way and they can completely ruin your speed and turn. And then there are the first 2 ramps that are really annoying because sometimes you can get a glitch barrel, and then sometimes if you try to do a force barrel, you could save time, but you have a really high chance of wrecking, especially if you're not positioned correctly, so it can be pretty difficult to get through. And then, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking at the end to make sure you're as tight as possible, but also don't get hit by one of the trucks or something in the traffic, especially since there's a blind truck at the very end that you don't see until you've hit it pretty much. So you gotta watch out for that on that track, and that makes it our number 4 spot. Coming at number 3, we have Classified and Route 375-1, but mainly Classified. Now I put these 2 tracks together because they are mostly the same track, except Route 375-1 is a little bit longer, but they're essentially the same thing. What makes this set of tracks extremely hard is they both have the lap section. The lap section is really painful. You have to position yourself to get a good airspeed on the barrel, and if you don't get a good airspeed there, you can redeem yourself with the flat spin area over the fans, and a lot of times you can get a glitch wreck there, or you could just hit a flat spin that just goes too high or goes straight into the ground. It's a really painful spot to get into. And then also you have, for bad handling cars, this double drift thing and a high barrel that you have to take, and sometimes you go too low or too high and you pretty much lose all your speed. It's a difficult track to race on, but that makes it a number 3 spot. Coming in at number 2, we have Sector 8. Reverse is not as hard as Sector 8 regular, but Sector 8 regular is just, it is painful. You have the first force barrel that you don't always get, unless, you know, you're like an alien or something, but I wreck on that force barrel all the time. And then you have to maintain your airspeed through the, like, anti-gravity, whatever it's called, like, field, and make sure you don't go too low into the portal and keep all your airspeed. And then you have a set of, like, nitro cancels and drops and shit that, it's pretty hard to get through with good speed. And then finally, you have the dreaded last turn. We've all had bad last turns on this before. We've all hit the inside wall. We've all missed a drift trick. We've all struggled on this turn, especially if you're not on Windows. It is hard to do this turn on tilt. And pretty sure this has happened to you. And yeah, it is a pretty painful track to get around. And that makes it our number 2 spot. Coming in at number 1, do we have anything else? It's Iceland. We all hate Iceland pretty much, including me. I got a top 1 on the track once before, but I still hate Iceland. Because you have that first barrel that everyone flat spins on, A lot of times you can get like an uneven landing and then your nitro is like ruined and you can't position yourself correctly to continue the lap. And then there's the shortcut, which has been used a lot more recently. And it is so hard. It is still, in my opinion, the hardest trick to do in this game. The Iceland shortcut. It is crazy difficult. And then even if you can manage to get past it, you have the dreaded cave. I've always hated the cave. I still hate the cave. You can either flat spin and be too close to the wall and end up hitting the wall, or you can just glitch wreck, because I have glitch wrecked in the cave before. And there's some areas. There's those two ice brick things that could cause a random glitch barrel, and then there's the end. I'm pretty sure this has happened to you. If not, then this has happened to you. It's a really difficult track to get around, and especially make it clean. It is hard to get a clean lap on this. Whoever can like consistently get Iceland perfectly, I applaud you, because this is the hardest track in the game. It's hard to just get around it without trying to do a pro lap. So that concludes our top 5. Sorry for the delay. I'll try to get another video, top 5, later next week. But thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.